Hey, it's me. I just got out of the shower. My hair is wet. We're on the patio. Kids are sleeping. We're gonna have a snack. Yeah, that's the snack for tonight. So anyways, I wanted to just like briefly talk about the Colleen Ballinger thing because people have been asking me. And by people I mean like two. I'm not Amber Lynn that says my DMs are full. Anyways, so I'm just gonna like briefly get into that because honestly, I never watched her. I never liked the Miranda character. When her Netflix series came out, I tried to watch it. I think I was like, I don't know what year that came out, but I think I was like 19 or 20 when that came out, maybe. And it just wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my speed. It's not my sense of humor. I always felt weird about the humor, and I always thought that it was kind of weird humor. I don't know why last time my video literally looked like it was filmed on a potato. I don't know why it looks so blurry. Does it look really blurry? Y'all let me know if it looks really blurry again this time. Maybe it's the lighting because it's like trying to stay focused and stuff because the sun is literally setting as we speak. It's like 8:30, 8:40. So anyways, basically the whole situation's weird. I don't think it's blown out of proportion. I don't think that her apology video was legit. I don't think she cares. I don't think she feels remorse. I think that, so I'm a teacher. I've taught middle school, so I've been dealing with kids who are 12, 13, 14, 15, up to 16 is when we send them out of middle school. They are then aged out. But it's one of those things where it's like I deal with kids of that age range, and it's just like uncomfortable. Like even to have them in chats is uncomfortable. So for example, there's like levels, okay? So sometimes my students will be like, oh, miss, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that. I'll be like, boyfriend? Why are you worried about a boyfriend? You're this old or whatever. Like, and I'll be like, okay, well, just make sure he's, a good person and whatever. Like you have those like kind of small, like, okay, girl, I see you, I hear you, be careful. Or if you need somebody to talk to, let me know. If you're scared to tell your mom something, let me know. And then they let us know, and we inform the safe coordinator at school. We inform a counselor at school or whatever. Because, of course, in middle school, kids are sexually active and getting pregnant and all of those things. And it happens, and we have to refer them to somebody to talk to. But I have never in my life indulged in a conversation with a child to any means or limits or levels of what she did. I've never added them, which also, I mean, it's way out of the legality of our positions as teachers, but just like putting it in perspective of being surrounded by kids the age of her victims. And it's just like the fact that she felt comfortable enough to put them in a group chat and ask them the questions and probe them and present to them things that they shouldn't be presented unless it's through their own nature. Like environmentally, they're being shown those things, taught those things, involved in those things. Of course, every child is different. Some people are 25 years old when they get into actions or conversations like that. Some people are 12 or 13 because of their environment. And that's not her role to play. Her skits, I didn't go too far into them. I never watched them. I never liked them. I just never found the Miranda character to be my type of humor. Even at the young age I was when I remember the first time I saw her, and I remember when Colleen actually got pregnant and the Miranda character started doing videos about how she's a virgin and she doesn't know how she got pregnant. And I remember the uncle jokes. I remember just things being like weird, like just like, is this funny to people? But I just ignored it because it wasn't funny to me and I didn't watch it. And it wasn't my cup of tea, and so I didn't watch it. But then when this whole situation came out, and I remember her apology video years ago when Adam originally came out 2 or 3 years ago. And I remember that original apology video, and I actually watched that apology video. And in the time frame, keep in mind I did no research. I didn't watch Adam's video. The apology video seemed, I'm going to say legit, in the sense of it seems like she had reasonable explanation. She caused reasonable doubt for what he was saying. Again, I did no research. So don't put much thought into that aspect, but I'm just saying the way she explained herself, the way she presented herself, the fast talking, it was like I'm here and I'm giving you everything because I'm talking fast and I'm giving it to you and listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. What next, right? You wanna say hi? Come. 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 He's like, I don't know. Good boy. Say hi. Look at the camera. Yeah, hi people. Okay, get down. Mommy finished, then we'll go outside and play, okay? Good. So, anyways, and by go outside and play, I'm waiting for my boyfriend to get home, and then I'm taking him outside. So, hush, y'all. Anyways, so I remember all of that, and then I remember when this, no, we're not playing right now. Give me 1 minute, okay? And then I remember when all of this started up again, and I started seeing all the videos on TikTok when the man, I'm sorry if I don't remember specific names, but when he came out, what was his name? Regarding the ex-husband, which Joshua DTV, again, I remember when she got married and I remember she got divorced. It always also felt weird to me in that aspect. Something about that relationship always felt weird to me. And then when she met this new guy, I was like, oh, okay, he's like really low-key compared to her. Like, he's barely on camera. He doesn't do the things or say the things she does. Like, he's very, very low-key. And I was like, okay, maybe that's what she needed. Maybe Joshua and DTV, being that their careers were slightly similar in relation to each other, maybe she needs somebody like Eric. Is that his name? Eric? And I'm like, okay, cool. So, boom. Then when all this started coming out, I started talking to my boyfriend about it. And I'm like, hey, do you know that lady, like Miranda? And he's like, show me a picture. And I showed him a picture. He's like, oh, my girls love her. And I'm like, do you know what they're talking about right now? And that's when I felt weird. And that's when the situation kind of, not that it didn't matter to me to begin with, because anything regarding kids matters to me. I'm a teacher. I love kids. I'm a mother. But the fact that timeline-wise and everything, putting it into perspective, it could have been one of my boyfriend's kids. They're 15 and 13 right now. These are the best things ever invented, y'all. I don't even like cake. I don't eat cake, but every once in a while, like every couple months, I'll buy a box of these, and Tony and I'll eat them. That's when it got weird to me. That's when I was like, okay, this is not cool. Like, it was never cool to begin with. But being that it put it into perspective of a real person that I know in real life, a real child that I know in real life, and then I started watching the interviews. I started kind of exploring TikTok a little bit more, trying to see the actual allegations and watching people of what they were saying, and like the girl who was on stage and like blatantly put into positions she should have never been put into as a child. The fact that Miranda wanted them to wear certain things to be called onto stage. The fact that her tours were surrounded around humiliating her fans and stuff. And it's almost like, as a mother, first of all, I understand taking your kid to see, like, I'm already planning on taking stage to like Encanto on Ice and all of these things, right? But I've watched Encanto, when I say 100 times, y'all, I mean 100 times. So as a mother, you didn't scream, you didn't know, you didn't understand the kind of humor, because Colleen's humor as Miranda has always been a little more adultish to me, way more PG-13 than PG. And it's like, you took your kid, your 12-year-old, your 11-year-old, your 8-year-old, your 14-year-old even, to this show, and you still didn't feel weird? And even if you didn't go to the show, you purchased the tickets to the show. And so I feel like, yes, the problem is Colleen, the problem is Miranda, but the problem is also all of these parents allowing this to be viewing. And this is something I talked to my boyfriend about, and he's like, honestly, yeah, I knew they watched her, but it wasn't something he ever felt the need to screen, and something he ever felt the need to really like look deep into the jokes and things like that. And it's just so crazy how certain things just get so much publicity without a lot of attention, if that makes sense. But I don't know, guys. I think the situation is totally wrong. Her brother is absolutely out of this world wrong. I do believe that there should be consequences. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't dug as deep as other people. I'm not sure if I know what those consequences should be. I'm not sure if I know to the exact level of punishment, but I do think there needs to be consequences. I do think that it was completely inappropriate and unacceptable, not only from her side, her family side, her brother's side, her husband's, both sides, Corey's side, as well as these parents' sides. Because at the end of the day, yes, I do believe she projected herself to be like a child comedian, and she knew her audience's age range. But also, there are things that my parents didn't let me watch as kids. There are comedians or jokes or things they would wait until I went to bed. My brother, he's much older than me. He's 5 years and some change older than me. When he got to the age that he liked things like South Park and Family Guy and all these things, my mom's rule was your sister needs to be in bed. You're not watching that around her. You're not exposing her to these things. She needs to be in bed before you watch them. And if she's not in bed, you're not watching it. Because my mom knew what the jokes were. But keep in mind, at this time, my brother was 16, 17, 18 years old. So I think there's a lot of people to blame in this situation. I think the spotlight is on her because at the end of the day, she is the root of the evil. She is the root, the cause, the problem. But there is so much more. No, you're not licking my finger that I just ate the cupcake with. You crazy. But I think there's also a lot more to it. So anyways, that's my take. I will be doing more research. I will be probably making one more video on it or something. I just don't want to say too much or do too much because, again, I've looked into it briefly. So now let's get into Amberlynn, y'all. I don't think wifey lives there. What do y'all think? I don't think Faline lives there anymore. I don't think... Go sit down. Sit. I don't think she lives there. Multiple things. Number one, yeah, the pillows are on the couch, the blankets on the couch. You're showing us all that. You're saying Faline loved the food. You're saying... But, okay, both of y'all's popsicle boxes are untouched. Faline's popsicle boxes are untouched. You rip the box open of her flavors and start eating her flavors. I feel like that's not boyfriend and girlfriend vibes, and that's also not roommate vibes. Like, Tony would literally be like, did you eat my popsicles? And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He'd be like, those were my popsicles. And I'd be like, that's my bad. Like, I would never open his popsicles. Number two, all of the lights are off when Amberlynn is filming. The office, the hallways. I've never seen her apartment so dim in most of the parts that she's filming. The way she says things and does things, like the way she's like, oh, Faline loved it. It's kind of like I'm just throwing this out here because I want y'all to think she lives here. The way that she conveniently forgot her phone, her wallet, and her camera to go to Target, no. She Instacarted that. She had shipped deliver that, or Instacart deliver those items. She did not go to Target. And then the fact that something else she did, she said she forgot to film it. What was the other thing, y'all? I'm trying to make this so quick. I forget what the other thing was. The fact that she's just, oh, I'm gonna go bother Faline now. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not gonna go bother her. The fact that she's sitting there day in and day out. I'm saying she's finishing a Lego or two, a wannabe Lego or two per day. Who in the world has the time to do that? Yes, she says Faline works 12-hour days. Yes, she says all of these things. I don't know if Faline is fully moved out, but I don't think she's there like Amberlynn makes it out to be. I don't think Faline is in that apartment actively. And that also explains why she was overly emotional those 2 days, because it was really when Faline wasn't there. I don't know, it's just my opinion. It could be wrong. Of course, it's just speculation. But I just feel like things are weird. And I just feel like I don't think she's there. Like Amberlynn makes it out to be. The groceries she ordered, just everything. Like everything is just lacking that presence. And then my question is, if this is how Faline was, did you purposely call her out there or have her in the mix of things just to prove to us she was there when y'all were dating, just to prove to us y'all's relation was good? Like, remember how she made all of those lives with Becky? She's like, oh, Becky's getting paid for this. Like, she's an employee now. I think Faline was an employee. I think she'd be like, hey, I'll pay you X, Y, and Z. Come slap my ass. Hey, I'll pay you X, Y, and Z if you give me a hickey. Hey, I'll pay you X, Y, and Z, but you have to put your arm in this video. Hey, I'll pay you X, Y, Z, but you have to yada, yada, yada. Just like she did Becky on those live streams, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what is true, what isn't true. I don't know what's really going on in Amberlynn's life. I don't think Amberlynn knows what's going on in her life. The fact that she started Weight Watchers and quit Weight Watchers because Weight Watchers allows you to eat whatever you want to eat, but then if you quit Weight Watchers, you're still allowed to eat whatever you want to eat. So the fact that having an app, having something, having points, having a scale, having data tracking is not allowing you to have accountability, but having nothing allows you to have accountability, kind of weird. The fact that you're blaming Weight Watchers for the way that you eat, weird. The fact that, like, there's just no accountability in any shape or form. There's nothing out there that will cause her to eat right and lose weight, because, like people have said in countless videos, in my comments, she will always have a girlfriend. She will always have somebody taking care of her. She will always have somebody. Just like on My 600 Pound Life, none of them people are single. They have kids. They have husbands. They have families. Whereas there's people out here who are what's considered, not necessarily my standard, but let's say society's standard of beautiful, gorgeous, slim, thick, big booty, BBLs, lips, lashes, makeup, hair, money, cars, degrees, and they're being cheated on. They're being lied to. They can't keep a man. They're a single mom. They're all of these things, but yet Amberlynn will never experience that because people, for some reason, feed Amberlynn and not physically feed her food. Maybe, but they feed her, like they feed her lack of everything. They feed her attention-seeking behaviors. They feed her, they enable her, they do all of these things, and they create who Amberlynn is today. All of her girlfriends we've seen on the social media, not only her family, her mom, her situation, her foster homes, all of that, of course, helped build her character, but it's these women that build her character. Who was she playing Apple games with today? Wifey 2.0? I'm just kidding, y'all. That's too much. But I think she was playing them with Wifey. I think that Apple game was Wifey. Anyways, y'all, I need to go inside and clean up my kitchen. I made corn, barbecue pulled chicken, and white rice tonight with cilantro. And I need to go clean the food's put away, but I need to go clean, like, the pots and stuff. So I have a lot to do before bedtime, and I want to go to bed by like 10:30, and it's already 8:52 according to the clock inside, which is 2 minutes fast. So it's 8:50 and I need to go to bed, and this video is 20 minutes, and it's going to take me like an hour to clean my kitchen and bathroom and floors. So yeah. And when baby daddy gets home, I'm gonna take this dog out to play for a little bit and get some energy out. I know it's late, but I have to wait till somebody's home and I don't have the kids, because taking both kids out there and letting him play, and it's 100 and something degrees here in Florida. Ain't nobody doing that. Yeah. Anyways, y'all, okay, let me stop this before it gets to 20 minutes. I'll be back soon. Yeah.